today we're going to be talking about why I left Manhattan.
I was kissing you with my eyes open.
It's not something that's super dramatic or anything, but I've just never really addressed this on this channel, and I've had some people ask me these questions. So let me explain why I was there really quickly in a very short Spark Notes kind of way. So I am a native New Yorker. I lived here practically my whole life, from 9 months old until now, and I think some people were confused because I do remember in one of my older questions and answers videos that is not on YouTube anymore, I did get some pushback from some people who thought that I was some out-of-state person moving into New York. That's never been the case. I am a native New Yorker. The way that I used to talk in my old videos, I'd be super aware of the way I would talk and everything, and I think that now I'm definitely a lot more comfortable in front of the camera. Sometimes my accent does slip out here and there, but it's a pretty tamed accent at this point, so I just wanted to mention that. I did move to Manhattan because I was going to FIT, and once I got accepted to FIT, I started looking for apartments, and a lot of things were going on. I was just really ready to start my time at FIT. It was my quote-unquote dream school, and a lot of people wondered why I never stayed in the dorms at FIT, and the biggest and most obvious reason for that was because of my dog. I had gotten my dog about half a year before I started looking at apartments, but my mom's not really a dog person, and she allowed me to have him in the house temporarily, but she knew that I was going to be moving out, so obviously I could not bring my dog into a dorm room. So I started looking for studio apartments nearby, which I know is super freaking expensive. That's a whole other topic we could talk about. So basically that's why I moved to the city. It was for school, and I was living by myself in my very small studio apartment. So reason number one for leaving Manhattan was really because my time at FIT had come to an end. I had finished my program and I wasn't planning to continue to my bachelor's, so it just didn't make any sense to stay. It was obviously a very big expense, and if I wasn't going to that school, it didn't make sense to be so close to FIT all the time. Financially, it didn't make any sense. My mom was helping me out at the time with rent, and it didn't seem fair to allow that to progress when I could just take the time to job search from home. I'm only about 30 minutes anyway outside of Manhattan, so it just didn't make any sense to continue living in the city, and it just made more sense to move back home. So that's the first main reason. It's not that dramatic, but reason number two was the expense. For a college student and for someone who was relying on someone else to help a bit, it was very expensive. It's also very expensive to live in Manhattan and not the boroughs, and I'm lucky enough that I was able to have that experience for 2 years. I know that some people see that as luxury, and you know, it definitely was. I'm not oblivious to that fact, and I'm very grateful for the time that I had and the fact that I was able to be there at all, actually. Reason number three is that my building was a shithole. My building was very horrible. I could go on and on about the horror stories that I had to deal with, but my building was just really horrible. The super was just a bad person. A lot of crap went down, and the building overall was just not it, and it was very disheartening because the rent was so high, in my opinion, that it didn't make sense for certain things to happen that happened. Like I said, I could do a whole other video on my nightmare experience. The first year was okay. The second year, I had to get out really quick. Like, it was no joke. Those are really the top three reasons why I don't live in the city anymore. So one of the biggest reasons why I am currently not there has been because my career has just taken me closer to my home. You know, it's had pros and cons, but ultimately it was a good thing. It also allowed me to save a lot of money so that when I do move out again, it will be a lot easier on my bank account. And then of course, the world changed in 2020, so that was another big reason why I haven't been able to get back to the city. And now that I'm engaged, it's not just going to be me moving out, it's going to be me with my fiance moving out and discovering where we want to settle and what we want to do. That's a whole other video topic and a whole other discussion. So nothing super dramatic on my end, but I think a lot of people think that I had given that up. They don't know what really happened. Again, nothing super drama filled happened, but that was kind of it. If you guys are interested in seeing what my old apartment looked like, then watch my apartment tour video. It's still up. I still get a lot of people looking at it and asking questions to this day, and it's just, for me, a really great moment in time that is captured. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye.
Sometimes I start to wonder if I should change my mind, but when I think back to you, I feel the same every time. 'Cause I guess I never loved you like I love